favor FaZe. Obviously, FaZe won this last time on Fracture, and it was not a 13-11. They did win 9-3 the first half and lost a few to make it 13-7. We'll see. Is there a difference from 100 Thieves in the prep?
Started off on the attacking half previously. You really seldom see that wall go down on pistols because it's so difficult to go through and you don't have enough firepower. But this time, FaZe, they just storm the gates. They barrel right through.
And already off to, there's 3 players in the flank right now. And this wall actually that Stellar put down makes it really difficult for them to get through that choke unless they wait it out. And look already, they've got a setup here. Fly is on top with 1 aftershock. He can swing. And Baby Bay can do the exact same thing. Asta and Bang are in such trouble.
3 people watching that angle. How do you get through?
What is this? Look at this cannon.
It looks like the portal. It looks like the portal gun. But it shoots bullets. A Prime Gaming Flawless comes through his face. Weren't able to win the pistol in the opener on Fracture last time. They do it here.
And that is now 3 pistol round wins for FaZe. So already improving on the 2-4 record that they had in the last series.
1 enemy remaining.
It does feel like FaZe is improving on slight things from the last series, but that last map just nullifies it all.
Gotta go.
Fast up to arcade. Look at that. They're all crude.
They're posing for a picture.
I mean, that's perfectly set up to counter Baby Bay. That's an anti-strat if I've ever seen one on the eco round from 100 Thieves, because he is always deep up halls alone by himself. They stay far enough back with the flashes. Ooh, they could have done damage.
The problem is now, because they gambled on A and they were wrong, they have to figure out how to retake B with nothing but pistols, right? Nothing but classics. I don't think there was a single upgraded pistol in that arsenal, and well, it's playing out about as you'd expect. Will and Bang have already fallen, and there's not much left behind this punch. They haven't really made it out of mid.
Interesting part too is because of the marking flawless in the pistol.
1 enemy remaining.
FaZe is leaning so heavily in terms of any ult generation here. 100 Thieves is going to be a ways away with another clean round here. And let's see if they can do what they did on Split's first half as well. Convert the bonus. Now, I was mentioning the maps at the beginning because 100 Thieves has given him the opportunity to play Baby Bay on Neon at every single map, and Breeze is going to be one of those as well, and it allows Dicey to consistently be an opping agent. Last time they played a Decider on Icebox, and Dicey was playing Sage, so he was really not opping at all. This time they give full strength to FaZe on all 3 maps, so they have to try to hold these next 2.
Poor Will. What does he do here? Oh, that's what he does. He gets 2. He anchors down the site by himself. Finds a good bit of value. But the res is going to come through as Oscar tries to spam into the smoke. Spike's still not planted. Just now gets scooped up by Flya.
Also could put plant really difficult, so Dicey has to work a pick before he goes for it. No, he's not going to toss it.
Got a Molly 2 out from Bang. There's the nade.
Here.
A little short.
Good flash though. 2 kills from Dicey and a 3rd as well. Just absolutely dominates them in a position where they were delaying the plant for so long.
We're over here talking about what utility they have to delay and what are FaZe going to do. They're outnumbered. How do you play around everything they have? Just like this. This is how you do it. Dicey's aim looked magnetic on that second flick, and then the 3rd to clean things up. That's pretty. 5-0 start for him.
Hey man, if FaZe doesn't make it to Copenhagen, maybe Dicey can enter that aim lab competition.
Speaking of which, if you haven't, go do it right now. Well, maybe after the series, not right now.
I'm seeing a lot of great stuff from 100 Thieves to try to deny Baby Bay in this Halls position. But the problem with that is, once they realize that, they can just go somewhere else, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're exploring underground. They're going to realize that there's nothing in arcade. Actually, that did get past them. So once again, it's going to be a situation where they gamble towards A, and FaZe is at B.
It's just Dicey who's been left behind. We highlighted his hot start.
As soon as his flash comes off from Derek, he's out with the TP. So, really not in danger whatsoever.
Stellar understanding where some of the pressure's coming from now.
Love it.
Baby Bay pushes him back. Yeah, that's clean.
Yeah, not over-aggressing. Something that Baby Bay has definitely added this year into his game. A little bit of discipline goes a long way.
I see a chance of another as Asuna tries to dance around. And it's Superman who gets the last 2 kills as FaZe get to 4. They've checked all the boxes that they needed to check so far in Fracture. You win the pistol, you're able to win the second, reset them again, do it all over again.
Exactly the same start. Just flip sides, exactly what you just said. I love repeating you. And
Hot start from Poise too, man.
And he's been great. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
From Split, he was the top fragger for FaZe. On a team that usually it's 100% Dicey and Baby Bay taking the majority of the kills.
Go, go, go.
Fast up here again. Just spamming to get the op off of the top of the gen angle. And that's not going to cut it. Will just attack on the fly instead of a full kill. He's got utility here and the breach ult.
Meanwhile, 100 Thieves continue to stack 3 members A and then have to rotate over, and you leave someone like Dicey or someone else who's at least
What
good
a
for
spot.
1 every time.
Stellar
And
tucks
that's
his
exactly
hair.
what he does.
Ooh.
Come on, man. And now the Rolling Thunder. The Tour de Force not going to find value as it gets pushed off. And look at how FaZe just pushed forward. They just want to fight.
I think they
It's
just
less-
palmed it where he's coming
Oh,
from.
my gosh.
Still not fast enough, though. There we go from 100 Thieves. Respond with the round. Not committing to any sort of default.
Yeah, it was just Dicey.
I think that could work out very well for them.
Here the Tour de Force. Early wall out from Stellar. And the showstopper! Oh, but it's not able to get anything. The Spectre does as Asuna gets 2. Superman's been stuck on the other side of this wall the whole time. Well, it gives him a little something to think about. Tease, but that's all it is. What did FaZe do from here? That was their one linchpin. That was the one real chance they had at finding some space on B, and it's fallen.
So can still work his magic, but there's 2 players holding this angle. Is he in TP range? Yes, but I don't think he can peek Canteen with it.
I think he's out of range. Oh, 2 on the other side! That duel goes in favor of Dicey. Perhaps not expecting there's another one there if Stellar's tucked.
He's going exploring.
Of course he is.
Bang left
30
the angle.
seconds left.
But they have to get on site with the spike.
They found my trap.
The nice thing is, yeah, there is a trademark to deny any sort of rotations from Asuna. He's off with 18 seconds left. I don't know how much longer they can wait, but that's a second. Good on Dicey to get a second one there.
Other smoke
Now
just
the
went down.
spike starts to go through, and you saw Stellar who's starting to push his way through Canteen. The orbital strike comes down. Stellar was there the entire time. He never left that cubby.
Yeah.
Such patience.
Well, he also got put back behind another smoke by Superman. That was a surprising round. The fact that Dicey just leads the chart and just basically calls that he can make this round work, and he almost does. If he hits that shot on Asuna, he could be back in time to help against this orbital strike, potentially trade the kill, and be forced to play a 1v1 where Spike is not in this position. So yeah, maybe that's not that winnable. Finally going for this Halls pressure, but Baby actually does get stunned. It's instant.
The setup's a bit different. They just take the fight to Asuna's doorstep. He gladly takes care of Baby Bay. The Rolling Thunder through. This boy's there's just no way through. There's no way out. And then additionally, we saw that early Sage Wall come out from Stellar again. Similar angle. Will's able to find one with the op. As numbers go back in favor of 100 Thieves.
Great job clapping back on all sides of the map there. And obviously we did see Dicey start to heat up with that op last round. But economically, the way that they're playing this is going to keep an op out of his hands for quite some time. The long ranges on the map make it very useful for him to go for it, and now it's just trying to get out of dish. Still a player in sight.
30 seconds left.
Oh, caught with utility out.
Last player standing.
Got
Spike
Superman's
down
left alone
A.
now. He'd have to get the spike down somehow, but he had the orbital strike. Ultimately, Asuna pushing up halls was a bit too much for him to handle. 100 Thieves get to 3.
And once again, 100 Thieves improving against the 9-3 halves that they had, that FaZe put up against them last time they played.
Well, don't jinx him.
I'm just stating the facts.
There.
Look at that buyout from FaZe, man. You mentioned it at the end of the previous round, right? Like, the way that they've been playing this. Not a whole lot of money to go around. What is that? Asuna tries to catch him sleeping, tries to swing forward. The utility's there, but Derek once again with the utility out. Gets caught. And the ops missing the will. They've got the null command through, but Stellar's on the flank.
These flanks again from 100 Thieves. The gambles on the pushes that they're taking are working so well.
Oh. Stellar again on a good swing to trade out Bang would fall in. Got the spike planted. Will still with that operator. 4v2 in favor of FaZe. Make that a 4v3, but Dicey's there to cause more problems. And Baby Bay is too. Well, with an op, has to push forward. Maybe too deep to try to save here as Baby Bay gets a third on the round and FaZe get to 5.
Surprised that that works out for them after the initial trades. Back after they killed Will to start the round. That push from Dish, catching them on the north side. Again, they're really just, once they find aggression, they're letting FaZe go into it and flanking on the other side of the map. That has had great success for them so far. FaZe need to start defaulting to try to catch and try to deter that idea entirely. And they do split up a little bit.
Kind of, yeah. That's just not the FaZe way, you know?
It's not, but it's what costed them on split down the line. I see back on the op though this time, and he's walking up with it. The threats of Stellar's multiple different walls on this B side. Sometimes they're aggressive in towards tree. Other times, on top of it, behind it in a cubby. He's doing a great job here at keeping him guessing.
Knife tagging Derek, and you haven't really seen, this is probably the slowest round we've seen out of FaZe. Who knows how long. 43 seconds left in the round, and they haven't really committed to anything. And off of that, they haven't used very much utility. Baby Bay still has his ult. You still have a flash from Poise, 2 smokes from Superman. They still have all of the tools at their disposal. Now you see them come online. Stimmy, as Dicey backs up. You also see the fast lane as they try to get access onto B. 100 Thieves, their patented retake.
How many times have we seen 5v5 retakes so far this series work out so well from 100 Thieves?
Yeah. No Dawson showstopper here.
It's a great split though from FaZe. They have plenty of spread. Here's the showstopper.
Spotted one, but wasn't able to land it. Meanwhile, Dicey gets one with the op. Same op that was lost in the previous round. Well, has slipped in. Oh, but the op is too good from Dicey again. Now you see the molly start to rain down onto the spike. His number's still in favor of FaZe, and they've gone from bad to worse. Derek's not going to pull any of that off. FaZe get to 6.
Much different situation. Nobody flanking on either extremity. So FaZe is free to maintain that space and deny anybody pushing past that smoke. The only real tool that Asuna, or that 100 Thieves had was Asuna with that showstopper. And that'll be the first true real gun round that FaZe ends up winning out here so far, even though they're up 6-3. And it will force Asuna down, or not Asuna, I keep saying Asuna when I mean to say 100 Thieves. Freudian slip. But yeah, they're down to pistols right now. We've got a shorty from Will.
That's really the only thing. Dicey still has that operator. He found value on it in the previous round. He's got a chance to do it again. His FaZe decide to go exploring down in tunnel. Not gonna find much of anything. At least not there. Dicey with the op. There were no diminishing returns on that one.
Free kill. It's traded. Poise backing up all the way, and they're doing a great job handling the pistol rounds from 100 Thieves that are quite interesting there. That could have netted them all two of those kills up on top of Dish. And he'll even knife the final player, Derek, playing underneath him.
And the thing is, this fight, and it's happening over on A, ultimately insignificant as the spike is on B. Will's able to find one with the headhunter, is able to teleport back to safety.
30 seconds left.
Eric joins him. Just note that Hoist is on a flank. He's going to be very late to this, but he is on the flank, so if they can find something, perhaps 100 Bs have a chance. Hoist shows up just in the nick of time. 3 for him as FaZe get to 7.
And this will be interesting economically for 100 Thieves right now. This will either lost by if they don't end up winning this. And they have to win it cleanly if they want anything in the next round. They will finally get an op from Will, and this is actually quite rare, especially for him to go for light armor here.
And
100 Thieves doesn't op, generally. I mean,
they really don't. And the last time they had it was, what, 3 rounds ago where they lost it? Dicey's picked it up, and he still has it.
Yep.
Right there.
So for them to commit it multiple times on this half, I mean, it's obviously such a powerful tool. This is fast from FaZe.
He's up, finding another.
And Will's gone as well.
Yeah, they're getting kills all over the map.
How does he get out of there, man? Just bobbing and weaving. Both kills on top of tree, and they're gone right back over towards this aggressive wall that Will tried to peek over.
They found some value there before. I wish we had a counter on how many op kills Dicey's got with that op, yeah.
Oh, well. I can tell you he got 15 op kills in the series last time, and he didn't even op on the last map.
Jeez.
And Cryo farmed them yesterday. 22 op kills over 2 maps. It's not something that we're used to really talking about, the amount of op kills somebody gets in a game, but in this specific matchup, I think it is interesting because, like I said, 100 Thieves doesn't op, so they don't really have anybody to challenge that specifically. In the group stages, they only had 3 op kills the entire time.
3?
3.
That is mind-numbingly low.
Yeah.
And you kind of wonder if those 3 were those just ops that were picked up off of somebody else. That's insane.
The lowest out of any team by far. And it does speak to the continued strategy for 100 Thieves. They've been missing this since Dicey left the team, right? They've been missing somebody to really catapult their opping. Nitro picked it up a while back. This is a completely different roster, and that still carries over.
Last round of the first half, you're on Fracture.
You want to play?
Admittedly, a very similar scoreline to what we had on Split, but this time it just feels like FaZe is so much more in control. Eric has that Rolling Thunder with a Bucky in the hands of Will, with the Tour de Force to back it up. It's still Spectres on the side of 100 Thieves. They don't have a lot behind this.
That's what I was talking about.
Here.
Losing that round hurts them so much.
Yeah.
Any utility they use here, he could get out of. The poison does fall. Back in tree.
I wonder what it was that Eric saw to drop that Rolling Thunder. It seems like FaZe want to re-aggress into that space.
And this is interesting because Derek now has a fault line. Exactly. So the Rolling Thunder kind of baits them to think that they're safe to walk in here.
Oof. There we go. Baby Bay. Satchel to delay. tries to swing around. He gets the kill onto Asuna, and I believe he dealt a little bit of damage onto Derek too, but Dicey ultimately cleaned him up. And Stellar's gonna have to hold fast by himself. One, not able to get anything else. Will and Pang left alone. That might be all they need. The Tour de Force finding value onto Superman. 2v2 here. Isolated. Banks still has one smoke. He's gonna have to do it himself. Flicks on the first, but the molly is out, and Dicey cleans him up. A 9-3 half for FaZe. Put them away. Ideally here, they don't even bother getting to Breeze, but that's a big problem they have to overcome.
First, got to start with the pistols, and FaZe has been winning them all today.
Yeah, this would be perfect on pistols so far if they win this one, right?
Yep. The only reason it didn't really help on Icebox was because they didn't manage to keep the 9-3 scoreline. 100 Thieves was really hoping for a FaZe aggro down tree there. Similar to what we saw when they lined up to try to catch Baby Bay and Halls early in the half last time. And it does not come. All it is Dicey's shoulder peeking, and he actually spots quite a few after the flash.
Takes a little bit of damage before teleporting out. You're right, he got the info he was looking for. Thing is, since then, it's been quiet up until now. You see the utility dumped into towers. They're going to try to funnel their way through, and he's been waiting the entire time. Overstays his welcome as Stellar cleans him up. Now the spike is down.
That's such a tough angle for Dicey to actually play from with just a pistol. With the verticality of it.
Smoke's down.
And we already have Bang in a great... Oh, no, the smoke's coming out. No. Evens things out. And they've got a flank on Arcade.
We've seen that so many times this series. People with utility out. Asuna waiting until his very last second. The frenzy is true there. He's able to clean up Superman, but Poise applying pressure on the other side. A 2v2 here as Fly is weak. Poise is too. Now Fly is left in this 1v2. What was that gun? That's twice now.
Yeah, he had a classic there. Even though Bang gets caught with his iPad in his hands. And look at this slow on the backside of Dish here. To make it hard for people to fall back once they realize that there's pressure here. There is none, though, from FaZe. They're all in A calls.
See the Ultra being prioritized in the Bay. Oh, Asuna, that's so clean, man.
Yeah.
So clean.
And there was no pressure back on Dish, right? There's nobody even spotting it, so.
Yeah.
We come in on Asuna's POV there, and I'm like, oh, is there a Neon on this team? I was like, am I watching Baby Bay? Because it felt like so fast. He shouldn't have been there. But he was, and FaZe was not expecting it either, so no success fighting back in a thrifty opportunity.
You hear the spike continue to tick away. Asuna with some spidey senses, some crazy ones. Oof. Superman down to 45 HP there. Manages to preserve his life. And it's not like he has much to lose here. 100 Thieves should be able to funnel out through halls, through Dish. They should be able to get away scot-free. Yeah, it looks like
one enemy remaining.
I think Baby Bay really didn't want Asuna to kill him there, to be honest. Although, knowing Baby Bay, he was probably coming in to get a gun. There's the satchel. With the stim, too. So that's why the speed felt ridiculous. And they've just pinched everybody in halls. Well done.
FaZe here with the buy. They have full rifles, too.
Back to the same Dish control that 100 Thieves ran last round with the slow and the boombot combination to clear out the backside of this. And FaZe going right back in the same 3 halls control. This time they're going to fight it, though.
Dicey didn't have a trademark there last time, right? Now he does. And it pops off. Poise with the swing out as they seem to be holding off just fine. Yeah, they haven't really made much progress at all.
I love it.
One enemy remaining.
Very well played.
We tend to die.
Very well played by FaZe.
I mean,
They're not out of the woodworks quite yet.
Okay. Very well played by the guys holding an orb. Trying to get any sort of value out of the round after they know they've won it is pretty funny. The reason I like that so much from FaZe is that they just got countered in that same setup, but they realize, okay, if that happens again, yeah, you're right. They had the trademark this time, so they have a little bit more notice that it's coming. But they're like, yeah, we only had pistols, and
That's not ready.
we have protocols that can be used to set this up and actually fight back. In that case, they got the first kill. It's slightly different from these because they were fighting in holes before the dish push came in, but
Yeah.
still confidence in the setup from FaZe.
And the only reason they fought was because Dicey swung out, right? Like, FaZe were the ones who initiated that.
I also like the adjustment they've made, the trademark on halls this time. Maybe just trying to find anybody who walks up to dish in an off angle of his own. But the pressure's coming towards Flya, Poised, and Superman.
Oh, he just saw it, what, 3?
Yep.
Asuna with the
Ooh!
showstopper.
The KO instantly cancels.
Yeah, it's perfect. Asuna had a chance here to do something, but with the Phantom, it just doesn't quite hit the same. In that circumstance, if Fly is not able to hold the angle with that, 100 Thieves continue to barrel their way forward, but they haven't taken care of Superman quite yet. He's still on backside, and he's able to find a second. Relay bolt utility flying all over the place as he keeps him back. He's gotten 3. Bang stops him finally. It's a 2v2 on the site. Derek with the spike.
30 seconds
Dash
left.
goes up though.
Planted.
Oh, what can they find?
Great smoke to assist Derek. So much more room to maneuver.
It almost just feels like we're waiting for Baby Bay to go. Right? To throw it into that high gear. Swing his way around the side. His way forward. Baby Bay wins it first. And there's the swing that I'm talking about. But bang! With the transfers, he gets 3.
What is that spray transfer from Bang? Unreal! Baby Bay is moving like a Beyblade. Zipping around the side. Look at him. Look at this. And he still pulls off the final shot. That is so clutch from Bang to keep them in this game.
He had 7 bullets when he flicked back to the second player. So on that transfer, bro, come on. Unreal scenes out from 100 Thieves. This FaZe again on this light buy.
Launching smoke.
Got a couple pistols, 3 of them to be exact. 100 Thieves barreled their way in through the halls. The Ultra Orb getting picked up, being funneled in. FaZe playing retake here.
Yeah, they're in for Baby Bay and Dicey, who have the guns in this situation.
Spike planted.
And they'll come up through Dish. Baby Bay's got his ult as well. He could pop that, give another gun to somebody else.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting to see here, but hasn't done it yet. Perhaps waiting to get through the wall and then decide to go. Or does he keep it himself?
Keeping it.
Stellar's playing up on his wall. He's able to get a couple. Oh, how have they gotten this? They've gotten into a 1v2, but ultimately not enough.
Just funneling, just dropping out of Dish. And yeah, it's super interesting on that. Look at the score line right now. Dicey's at 23-8. Big reason why they're up here so far. The amount of kills he was finding on that attacking side. But Baby Bay at 9-12. This is not normal. Both of these kind of score lines that we've seen out from FaZe this series is very strange, considering Dicey and Baby Bay consistently combined for over 50% of the team's kills.
Early aggression out from B. From FaZe, and
You want to play?
as we have a
Let's
moment here,
play.
Ball, it really feels like Austin is playing on another level right now.
Yeah, he is. And speaking of stat lines, I mean, I feel like we're not necessarily seeing it all. It kind of feels like a yay moment where he's just at the top of the scoreboard and fragging out of his mind. But this is his best performance, I think, so far statistically. This is the most kills he's had over 2 maps so far at this stage. He's already up 42.
And he's looking for more. The double satchel tries to get onto the rope. Nade goes a bit wide. Overstrike, you see this is a bit disjointed. And now they reaggress, and now they're going to have to deal with Baby Bay. The stun in his face, and he doesn't seem to care. Now poised. Have a whole lot on the other side of that. Once again, a 1-for-1. That's okay, but Stellar brings Will back.
30 seconds
Eric
left.
controls the site as well. And they have stairs control. The most difficult retakes is coming in this angle.
The thing is,
They haven't gotten the spike down yet.
Exactly. They hadn't really made their way out at all. Dicey's second shot is enough to get the kill. Now they have to drop the Rolling Thunder to push him back. 13 seconds left. They should be able to get the spike down now.
10 seconds left.
Fly
Think he's spam?
Oh my gosh, that was so close. Fly sells utility. He's got a flash he can swing off of. 2v2 here. Will, with the Tour de Force, the flash pushes him off the angle. He's not able to land the shot. The flick wasn't there. Bang's going a bit wide too, but he gets the second at the end as 100 Thieves get to 8.
Another massive round from Bang. The spray transfer round and then this as well. And back-to-back gun rounds, and it forces FaZe back again to a forced situation. And if you've ever seen a Valorant game described as hero ball, this is it right here.
Yeah.
Look at Dicey. Find another Vandal. And he can afford to do it. But so often he's putting, not him specifically, but the team is putting themselves in an economic weirdness because they really want to put guns in these guys' hands every single round.
You're just trying to feed the hot hand, you know?
Yeah.
1000%. Baby Bay here has his ult. Just waiting for the right moment to potentially trigger it. Not wise to the fact that there are 5 people on the other side of this. There's the ult. He tries to find some solace behind his stuns, but it's not going to matter. He was alone here. Superman was kind of close by, but he was met with a similar fate.
And while Poise gets the trade there, Ice is left on dish. Poise will get cleaned up, and 100 Thieves has done such a good job neutralizing this dish spot in post-plant situations where they don't actually come through them themselves.
Kind of wonder there too. You know, we talked about Baby Bay with his ult.
Another slow lineup, this one different. Towards the backside of Arcade.
Last cannon
Won't
out from
push off
Dicey.
it. Look at the push from FaZe. Will is just ready for it, especially after the smoke gives up. What's happening? Not a red herring this time, and he's just gone.
Ooh.
Is he gone in time, though? I think he is.
Yeah,
He just heard the door, too, so he has a lot of information about what's happening on A side.
Just like that, FaZe scatter back. You see the showstopper. Wall
Instantly
goes up.
pop to avoid getting KO'd.
Yeah. There's that KO that you were talking about. Faya gets the opener. Dicey with an op shot. Remember, he was on a glass cannon, had no armor, still manages to land that shot, and they've been able to hold fast for now.
And they have no way to get out of this. They've walled themselves in.
Player standing. Spike
But you've
down
got Will.
A.
With no armor. Op still on the other side. Gutsy call out from FaZe, man. Gutsy to fully send into the southern half of the map, to fully put the op in Dicey's hands without any armor, and it pays off.
Might have just saved the game. They've still got to get through a bank from 100 Thieves. A lot of money available here. Meanwhile, their own, I mean, Baby Bay doesn't even have a gun as of right now.
What a call, bro.
Spectre. And it's interesting because you could see how difficult that situation was for 100 Thieves to actually fight for. Because their setup is so ingrained to stop anything coming from dish side, right? The amount of times they're walling spawn, smoking dish multiple times to keep Dicey off of that. And this time they're all coming through halls, so they just leave themselves in an unbelievably rough spot.
Operator still in play. Dicey takes a little bit of damage, just a tickle from the nade, but that's it.
That nade is designed to counter Dicey.
Yeah.
The first kills and everything going their way. Now this time Austin's going to take a push into spawn, though Derek as well. And they make this situation much more playable.
They're pushing forward. They had sight, but they decide to fight. They push in. And Superman stops them. FaZe gets
To come back from a 9-3 or an 8-4. That also physically takes a toll off of you.
and financially, they look at their buy right now. don't have much here. They're trying to go fast. They spam and they get Flya. How much more can they find as Asuna double satchels up? He's able to upgrade the weapon. He's got a Vandal now. 2 players on the other side. He lands a shot. The orbital strike's there. Superman swings, but the damage has been done. The kill has been found.
And back to old tricks. This time, though, Baby Bay is coming on the flank. And they use a deeper wall this time. Dicey has no angle.
You don't have Asuna. Can they do it without him? The Molly drops. Stellar's able to get the spike down. Dicey not able to get anything with the up. 4v2, Baby Bay tagged up. We talked about the fact that they didn't have much of a buy, and again, Baby Bay has no choice but to tuck tail and run for the fences, perhaps try to keep this Vandal into the next round, because as you mentioned, Bala, FaZe are not in a great financial spot either.
No, but at least they've already clinched overtime. Meanwhile, for 100 Thieves, I cannot stress how impactful that push from Asuna was. For them to get such an advantage, a 4 versus 3, as they're already on site, and the rest of the players are nowhere to be found to actually challenge that. Nets them a 4-gun coming into this next round. Their money is shot.
That's bad.
And they just saved themselves to play in these next 3 rounds that they're going to need.
Now, the other interesting thing here, 100 Thieves have both Stellar and Derek 1 point away from their ults. Note how they prioritize, if they play for an orb, who it's going to, because I think that will tell us a lot about how they want to play this through. If they prioritize the res, let Asuna go free.
Yep. And look at the scoreboard right now. If you had this on your bingo card, Asuna and Dicey going head-to-head against each other. The playoff match 2022, the ult gets Flya completely.
They read him like a book. It was the same spot, Bala. Last time it was no way, no shot he does that. But Asuna with the nade, Derek has the Rolling Thunder. And there it comes. They're going to push right into it. They're going to have to hold fast. They're going to have to do it themselves. Dicey stunned up. Still healthy. Op still in hand. And it was chaotic to open the round. And it comes to a screeching halt.
You talked about the orbs, Doug, at the beginning of this round. 1 away from res. But the bodies all on this A side. You have to wonder what they're thinking right now. Are they going to go for this orb and tuck back towards A? How do they get them to rotate off to actually pull that off? I'm not sure. They're not going for it. Straight for B. And FaZe has left it completely because they're reading into that factor themselves.
You'll get it. But as you said,
No,
everyone's so far away. Yeah, the res is not in play here. And they've split up. They're trying to hold the northern and the southern side of the map on their own. Meanwhile, FaZe pushing in across the middle of the map.
No smokes here from Superman. They have to go dry. Just a
Derek
flash.
has a fault line. Derek pushed off. Time's running out here. FaZe are going to go. They're going to have to go soon. Now they funnel onto the site. They play back just enough to potentially retake off the site that they had originally had themselves. They don't know that Stiller's here. 1, but that's all it's going to be. Dicey's going to get the op. The defuse comes through. FaZe win Fracture again.
Literally the same script